Woody Womack joined by National Recruiting Director Mike Farrell on signing day. The number one player makes his commitment to LSU, Maason Smith. Mike, we kind of thought this was where it was headed all along, and the Tigers get the biggest fish out there in the pond.
Yeah, we did. I mean, there was a lot of talk about Georgia. They made a good run at him, obviously. Alabama wanted him as well. Everybody wanted this kid, but LSU's not in as big a trouble as everybody thinks when it comes to their roster. We saw that in the Florida game. They got a lot of young talent. NCAA sanctions, who knows what's going to happen. But Maason Smith clearly wants to stay home and win a national championship with LSU, and he believes Ed Orgeron can do that for him.
And when we talk about him as a player and what he brings to LSU, this is not like when they, signed Tyler Shelvin a few years ago, who was, 370 pounds. This is who was, even when he weighed a little more at like 320, this is a big, agile kid. And now he's slimmed down. He can kind of play anywhere along that defensive line, right?
Yeah, he's a I don't know if Marvin Wilson is the right sort of comparison, or if you want to go old school and go Gerald McCoy, or he's like a 6'3", 6'4" kid who could play defensive tackle, play low, chase the passer. And his change of direction is excellent. And that sounds weird, but that's very important for that interior pass rush. And that's what everybody wants. They want edge rushers, sure, but if you can get somebody who can shoot the gap and not only make the quarterback feel uncomfortable, but chase him down and make plays, then you've got yourself a special football player. And LSU hasn't had that in a while at the defensive tackle position. They've had some pluggers, but this kid could change the dynamics of their defense.
Yeah, a terrific motor as well. I mean, if you watch some of the highlights we have, you see him, catching a quarterback down the field, scrambling. I mean, he never seems to give up on a play.
Yeah, and you can't teach that. I mean, there's a lot of defensive tackles that take plays off or, just mail it in. And he seems to want to play hard on every play, and he's relentless. And that's what makes a great football player. So it's why he's number one. It's a weird year for evaluations, but, he's up there with the, Dexter Lawrence and Rashawn Gary's of the world, who were number one recently and both ended up first rounders. And I could see Maason Smith being the same.
All right, so Maason Smith headed to LSU. Be sure to check out tigerdetails.com for complete coverage of the Tigers class, and stay locked into rivals.com for more signing day coverage. Thanks, Mike.
All right.